Welcome back to the Compound Podcast. This is episode 113, 113?
115.
114. You're wrong, too.
Tom's email says 15. Ooh.
Oh, God.
Ooh, yikes.
Who's right? Who's right? I can tell you, it doesn't matter who's right. It doesn't matter who's right because we're presented by Parse Rum. And I love Parse. You love Parse. The fans love Parse. I think Dakota's drinking a little Parse. And that makes everybody's night better.
Indeed.
So we have some things to talk about in the game of baseball. Remember last week when I was like, why is everybody panicking that Mike Trout's 0 for 20? It's going to be just fine. It's just fine.
That guy went on. What did he go, like 7 for his next 12?
With like 4 homers. Every time I look up, that guy's hitting a rocket into the seats.
I mean, it wasn't just fine for your former manager though. He ate it.
I heard he ate a mohawk too, huh?
I would
that
like
was
to.
incredible.
Let's not laugh at a guy getting fired, Tom. Okay.
Yeah.
No, the mohawk was
my
funny. The
former
mohawk
manager.
was funny.
That was Tom Prizeman laughing. Everybody else.
That was Tom.
That's a man's career.
Nobody else was laughing. Okay.
Did Zach
It's just
forget his
Tom.
mic, by the way? 100% he did. Oh,
Way
my
to call him
goodness.
out. You know what? Whenever
Look.
I forget my mic, I let you know about it.
It's right here, but I forgot my adapter.
That's even worse.
I was gonna try to hold it like this to see if you would notice.
I could hear. I could tell right away because you sound like more cloudy.
Oh,
This is a high class operation, boys.
it's also 1 in the fucking morning.
We should. All right. Let's get on topic. Okay. We should talk about Joe. What's up with? Yeah. I don't know who's making decisions anywhere, but like, you go on a 10-game snap or 12-game snap, and the manager just gets canned and like.
But to be fair, I mean, it goes back to his whole tenure there. Like, have they made the playoffs yet? I don't think so, right?
No, but this is the year that they had the team that was like they had the pitching staff. They have the team to do it this year.
Yeah, and they're 4 games under 500 in the
Stuff.
NL or AL West.
You're right. You're right. It's tough.
And I'm not saying he should or shouldn't have been fired. I'm just saying you can't say it was like super out of line by the Angels. Like, you want to compete and like you think you have a team to compete, and like it wasn't really going very well.
That's the guy that gets canned. It's always interesting because like
What are you gonna do? Fire the players?
it comes
Mike
from
Trout, go to AAA.
it comes from the top down. GM's got to fire somebody. And then because if the team stinks again, like then the GM gets fired, like it's tough. It's tough out there. That's why hitting coaches do they only last. What's the average hitting coach? 1 year, year and a half. It's brutal. Tough gig.
Fucking wild.
And the Phillies fired Girardi, right?
Yeah, then
Yeah.
they went ballistic. Right? Or no? No.
Do you have inside info that we need to hear about?
Ballistic as in like really going.
Oh, yes. They have dominated since. They won like 6, 7 straight or something. Like yeah. And they're back. Well, the AL or the NL East is hot because the Braves won like 12 in a row. And they're catching the Mets.
I forget how that came up in conversation, but the other day I was like, don't the Braves stink this year? And they're like, well, they just won 10 in a row. I was like, oh yeah, so they do. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're I think only 5 games back from the Mets now. They've been on an absolute tear.
But what's his face just got hurt? Ozzy Albies. Did you see that? What a freak accident!
What was it? Do we know what it was?
Foot fracture.
Oh,
So he was in the box hitting lefty, gets like sawed off, stays in on it, but like as he tries to, he doesn't like fall over. You know, how, like if you get jammed and you try to run to first, you like fall over. His foot got like caught, but it looked like it was just planted in the ground. He tried to turn and just like fell. It wasn't like contact or anything. It was weird.
Oh, that's brutal. So he's out for a while, huh?
Ian, are you ready for a personal guarantee from me to you?
Ooh, yeah.
I'm guaranteeing a Cubs win tomorrow.
Whoa.
You know why?
Because Caleb Killian's starting.
Caleb Killian's coming, and that guy can throw the baseball. We call him Captain America.
He's a good-looking lad.
He's built in a lab. Good looking lad. Good word choice. Nice. Lad.
Yeah.
Who's going up for?
They need a starter.
We need a guy. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. He's got the ball tomorrow. Cubbies need a dub.
Well, Rivas came here and said, "Triple A's easy. Here's 2 hits in my first game back."
He rakes.
He just rakes.
I told him when he got optioned to New York, so we'll see in a week.
Well, last time he got optioned, he comes up to the plate today, and I look at his stats on the board. It's 518 with like 1 homer and 4 ribbies. I'm like, when was he here? And they're like, he came here like a month ago, and literally like it looked too easy, so they called him right back up.
Somebody got hurt. He was only down there for a few days. PJ Higgins rakes, by the way.
Oh,
Is he still hitting?
he's a stud.
Sitting
Is he
three,
still hitting?
sitting,
Has he
sitting
stopped?
320.
Weird.
He hit an absolute missile to end the game on Sunday too.
Missile to end the game on Sunday, and then Nomar Mazar made a diving play on him to end the game today.
Shomar.
Cubbies played in New York this weekend. Tough series for the Cubbies, but got to see Tom. We hung out. Brought Riz to the office. Riz
I
and
didn't know
got
if
to
that
hang
was
out.
I didn't know if that was a surprise or not. So I didn't say anything in our group text about Rizzo going. I didn't know if you told them he was coming.
I did not tell the Jomboy people. There was a surprise.
The first time I knew Rizzo was coming is when I saw Rizzo walk out the elevator behind Ian. I was like,
All
"Oh,
right,
I
so
get to do this here."
And
I'm
Tom
glad I
would
didn't
like,
text it and ruin it then.
yeah. Tom was like, yippee, yippee, yippee.
Did he even say hi to you?
No, he flicked me off and then he dapped up Riz.
Yeah,
Probably said hi to Scotty.
I like the compound posters.
You like that? Look at the guy.
Yeah.
Look at the boys putting
Did
those
you
up
make?
for us. Huh?
Did you make that?
No, that was Tom. Who made those? You didn't make them.
No, I did not make it. That's our office manager, Sam Tasky. Shout out Sam. She's a big fan of the
Yeah.
compound. She's probably listening right now. So
Yes,
shout out to her.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of love for the compound in the office, which is great.
They're still up. They're still hanging around. They're going to be up.
They better be. They better be up forever now. Scott was there. Scott got to hang out. He tasted Cheez-Its. I tasted Cheez-Its. He tasted Cheez-Its in like a Jomboy video that should be out on the YouTube at some point.
Scott had the funniest line while blind tasting Cheez-Its and trying to figure out the flavor. He said, this one tastes like cheese to me. which is just an incredible thing to say while eating Cheez-Its.
That's our guy.
We had a great office visit. It was cool to get Riz in there. Gotta get Riz some all-star votes. Jomboy now has the responsibility of getting Riz in there. So write that down. Tell the people. Let's get Riz on the first base AL all-star team.
Let's get IH8. What about IH8 for left field?
Well, you guys haven't been pumping me, so I need some more pump, huh?
Whoa.
We'll do it. We're on it.
Hey, Ian, my speaking of just not pumping you, but we are on a billboard in New York City next to Yankee Stadium. Did you see it?
You guys are.
Yeah, 2 of us are correct.
Me and Parsay Ram aren't.
Yep.
But you guys are. So that's cool.
I'm not on it either, so that makes you know.
Ian, did you forget?
Tom, we're lepers, you and me. You know? It's all right.
Just not included.
This is what it is.
It's tough. We're in the bottom corner, and there's some like white shit covering us. So it's tough.
All right, we'll work our way to the top.
Did you see it, Ian?
I didn't get to see it. We didn't come in on that side of the stadium, or did you see it when you were there? Never. Did you see it?
I didn't go. My dad went to your game on Sunday, and
Oh yeah.
he sent me a
Ian,
picture.
why do you keep
Scotty
fixing
left him
your hair? Are you self-conscious?
I don't want to talk about what happened today with Scott.
What happened?
I want to hear the exact quote from Scott to you.
Listen, what happened today? Scott and I had a rough day. I walked in to the weight room, okay, and Scott is doing this crazy exercise. Have you ever seen? The listeners aren't going to get a good understanding of this, but like, there's this exercise that a lot of guys do, where they basically stomp on a box. If you could imagine someone in like kind of a running position, almost like a lunge, and they go from their foot being flat on the ground to like on a 6-inch box, and they stomp it as hard as they can. Have you guys seen this before?
Yes.
Zach, have you seen this?
I don't know.
It's a crazy thing. I'm gonna do it just so I'm gonna do it.
It's a very
just so you
Scott
guys can
exercise.
see it. But
Bro, your fucking wall's freaking me out too, dude.
what it is they stand kind of like, I'm wearing shorts right now. They stand kind of like this, and you just gotta. It's like that, okay? And so Scott's doing, and it's a crazy exercise to begin with. And Scott's doing it while holding a resistance band as wide as he can. So he's holding a resistance band as wide as he can, and he's stomping. Okay.
Just
And so
stomping in Wrigley Field.
And so I come in to the weight room to start my day, and Scott's over here with a headband on, with a band
First of
full
all,
out, stomping.
Scott. It sounds like Scott's already halfway through his workout, and you're walking in to start your day.
Not starting my day.
Sorry, not the point of the story. Continue.
Not the point of the story. I'd already done my 30 minutes of my other warm up, and then I'm coming in the weight room to do my stuff to say hi to everybody. And Scott's stomping, okay? And so he's doing this crazy work. I go, Scott, this is a crazy thing you got going. And he immediately fires back at me. You got some crazy hair going today.
Oh,
Scott,
wow.
coming at me for my hair when he knows that I'm the type of guy that cares a lot about my hair and wants to make sure that all my soldiers are standing together here. And he's coming at me for my crazy hair.
Soldiers.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And so after that, I kind of took a pause, and he came over to try to talk to me about something else. Like, did you just come at me about my hair? And then we couldn't get back together. The
best part is he knew to instantly text in a group text of you, me, and Zach, and like try to get ahead of it. And I was like, well, we're bringing it up. Like, it's too late. You're already done.
What was the text? What did the text say?
It literally just said, I'm going to get out in front of this story. I did not make fun of Ian's hair. I simply said, wow, some wild hair right now.
ER spin from Scott.
It was brutal. But I'd like to get back to the Cubbies playing at Yankee Stadium. First time at Yankee Stadium for me, my career. It's a good atmosphere there. Friday, Saturday were packed. It's a big stadium. Big stadium. The spread in the clubhouse there is unbelievable. That's the best. The new Braves Park is a nice stadium. It's a nice it's a nice visiting clubhouse. Yankee Stadium visiting clubhouse is best. Not even close. It's unbelievable. The food, unbelievable. They do a great job there. They have to give a hard shout out to them. That is fantastic.
Are you like doing your own sort of tampering right now, trying to get there at the deadline or
No,
something?
I'm talking about the visiting clubhouse. I also like talking about the batter's box. A little sandy in the batter's box. There at Yankee Stadium.
You're saying like next month to like kind of clean it up type of thing?
Are you trying to let them know that you can still play second base if needed too?
Really? That's interesting.
I honestly don't know if I could play second base if needed.
Well,
a long time since I was in there.
We could stick you in right. That's a pretty short right field. You know, not a lot of ground to cover.
I'm good right in Cubby land.
Is anybody were they talking about?
The Yankees? If you get traded to the Yankees now, it's getting axed. There's no way we're letting it go through because we tampered right here.
Yep.
Good point. Look at Tom's tampering over there right now with that shirt.
Yeah. See?
I gotta be honest. I put on this shirt and then I left my apartment this morning and I was like, oh, do I need to change shirts? Is this going to be a story on the compound? And then I was like, I don't have time. So I had to eat it.
I also walked out after the 13 inning game. I walked out of the stadium, like where gate 2 is, and ran into Jake, talking Jake.
What?
Like I was like standing out there hanging out. I was like,
what?
Yeah. He was just he went to the game and
doing. Did he just sit out there? What did he do?
I don't know. He went to the game and he was hanging with one of his boys. I guess they were waiting for
just
a car
hanging
or something.
outside
Just
of
hanging.
Stadium,
and it was
2 hours after.
How about this? Yeah, it was long enough after the game that like the game had finished. Like I had showered, done my stuff, and like came out, and he was just hanging out.
Listen, like Jake's a great guy. It's fucking weird to just hanging out outside Yankee Stadium 2 hours after a game.
Maybe we'd like to hear a little rebuttal from him, see what he was doing.
Listen, man, I love baseball. I mean, if you're staying out there and just admiring Yankee Stadium like that after a game.
If I had to guess, knowing Jake and what I know about Yankee Stadium, I would think took him a while to leave. He might have got recognized a couple times. And then I would guess that he was waiting for the Uber prices to go down. So he was probably Ubering back to his apartment. And the Uber prices around Yankee Stadium, having done it a couple times, can get pricey. So it might be worth sometimes waiting 20 minutes if you're going to see a significant decrease in your Uber price.
I would also like to say the experience at Yankee Stadium versus Wrigley Field it couldn't be more different.
Oh, yeah.
And you think of like those two places. I know it's new Yankee Stadium, but as like two of the most historic venues. Even though it's new Yankee Stadium, and like kind of like pure baseball places, it is so different. lot of loud music at Yankee Stadium, a lot of like in between inning things. Like, not that there's like, it's just like, and then at Wrigley you have like the organ, and it's so much smaller and more intimate, and it's a very interesting contrast.
See, it's funny. It's funny you say that. Like, if I think of like Yankees games at home, I feel like it's almost like a business opportunity for people where it's like, hey, let's go to the game tonight and chop it up. But like if you're going to a Cubs game, you're going to like take it all in, going to watch the Cubs. Like, I could be way wrong, but I feel like it's pretty accurate.
You want to hear a quick story about the Cubs game today? We were down
Sure.
10-5. Okay, we were up 5-0, and then after the 6th it was 5-4, and then after the 7th it was 10-5. Okay, there was times during the game today where there was booze at Wrigley Field. There was some booze today. Okay, especially in the 7th when the pods batted around. In the end of the 7th, okay, there's 2 guys on, bases loaded, maybe with Machado up, and 1-2 count. The fans were then on their feet cheering, getting ready for strike 3. Machado gets his ticket punch. Everybody goes crazy. Moments before they were booing, and then they were fired up for strike 3. That's Wrigley Field. It's unbelievable.
Ian, have you played, or is Zach also? Have you either of you played at Fenway? Because I think Fenway is the closest I've seen to Wrigley.
I have not played at Fenway, but I would guess that they're probably comparable in feel and history. I've been to one game at Fenway. Can't say I remember it too well, and but I would like to see that experience and see how close it is to Wrigley. I'm sure it is pretty close.
As a Yankee fan, I miss the old stadium. The new stadium has some perks, but the old stadium had that same feel as Wrigley, as Fenway. When you go there, you do feel like you're like in a cathedral of baseball, as they say. Like you feel.
Remember that?
Don't they call Yankee Stadium the cathedral of baseball?
Yeah, I do. I was 12 when they got rid of the old Yankee Stadium. 08 was the last season. So I went to, 45, 50 games before that point in my life at the old Yankee Stadium.
Zach, do you have thoughts on both Yankee Stadiums?
I just think of the old Yankee Stadium as like the Jeter, core 4, and I don't know, like the old Yankee Stadium had like the vintage old scoreboard with like the black and yellowish like lettering, and now the new one, like you said, is like a party.
Have you been to the new one, Zach?
Yeah, I've been there a bunch. I haven't played there, obviously, but I've been there a bunch. Huge, dude.
Ian, I have a question for you. If your team puts up 14 runs, would you then take your leadoff hitter and move him to the 9 hole the next game? Does that seem like a smart move?
It's not something that I would recommend.
No, I wouldn't think to do that either, because then that team went on to score 0 runs in their next game without their table setter at the top. I'm just saying.
Yes,
I'm not
they move
saying,
you
but I'm
from
saying.
1 to 9.
Yeah, we had somebody else get optioned, and I got bumped.
Does your manager know you can hit at a different spot than 1 or 9? Because it was literally you were 9 hole or lead off.
It's tough because they have Akil. They want to get at bats. Riley Green, Ryan Kreidler, like they have to play, and they have to obviously they're really, really fucking
Kreidler,
good.
good hitter.
Oh yeah, he got you. That was fucked. I told him not to. He's a compound listener too. That's fucked.
Damn it.
See, I was nice. You were in a jam. I was like, yeah, I'll get him out of this. I gave you the look, like, hey, I'll get you out of this, dude.
I guess it is, guys. It's time to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, we made it like 18 minutes into this podcast, not talking about it. We got
time
it.
to talk about
I've only been talking for 18 minutes.
Who wants to go? Who wants to talk about it?
Hey,
I can tell you.
hats off, man. He punched my ticket. He got me.
Can I wait?
A little anxious on a 2-2 slider.
All right. First of all, I need a timeout.
Yes.
I have to ask one question, and then I need you, for the listeners, someone has to take us through the at-bat, okay? Maybe Dakota. Let's have Dakota take us through. But I have one question. Zach, did you throw your bat in the middle of the at-bat? Did you throw it?
Yeah, and I fouled it off at the same time, which is awesome.
What happened there?
Dakota, what did I tell you after, Dakota?
Zach said it had weird spin. He said the report says I'm a sinker guy, and it had cut spin. Oh, and he told me, he said, walking up to the plate, he said, there's no way I don't lose this bat.
Bro, I dug in and I did my routine. And like, as I hit the plate, I felt my bat like move. And I was like, I am in some trouble.
There's nothing worse than that.
Bro, I was like, there is no way this bat does not come out of my hand.
I've been struggling to find the right pine tar mix for the last couple of weeks with the new humidity. Dakota, please take us through the at-bat. Game situation.
Zach walks to the plate. We got
Game
bases
situation.
loaded, 2 outs. I had already allowed a run in the inning.
Not earned.
It was unearned.
Who made the error? Machi?
No. Was it first pitch fastball or first pitch slider?
Slider down and away.
First pitch shitty slider, bounced. He spit on it because it wasn't a good one. Next pitch, cock shot heater.
No,
it was upper third. It was a strike.
Yeah,
Just top of the zone fastball. I knew he couldn't get his hands to. And then I threw another fastball, like pretty similar location that he threw his bat and foul tipped at the same time on.
Question.
Craziest swing I've ever seen in my life.
Question. Do you think that he had such a tough time seeing your stuff that he decided to throw the bat at the ball to try to hit it?
I mean, one can only assume that's what he was doing.
My favorite part is when we got the video, they cut to the Toledo dugout and just 2 of Zach's teammates are on the top step just looking at him like, what the fuck, man?
I mean,
I wish somebody was in my head and I would be like, told you.
I'll give you credit, though. You took a hack that said, I'm hitting a grand slam or I'm not hitting it at all. Like, it was a big swing. And like I said earlier, he said it had some cut spin on it, and usually my ball's 2-seam, so that was a little accidental cutter. Whoops. Mixed that in against Zach. I was saving it all year for that. And then 1-2 is when the mind games start, because then I'm thinking in my head, he thinks I'm going to try to blow his doors off. Oh, wait, I don't throw that hard. I'm going to go slider. Slider down and away. He swung and missed. And then he texts me after. I don't know why I swung at that. You know why you swung at it? Because you were a fool.
Because you're
looked
nasty.
Like a fool.
Because you're nasty.
No, it was cool. I struck him out, and I got if I could face him and Trace Thompson every time, that'd be great. Because I struck them out every time I faced them. And other than that, I stunk. So other than that, the Mud Hens got me. Ooh, I also got friend of the pod, Robbie Grossman, out first pitch.
What's Robbie doing? Robbie rehabbing.
He was rehabbing. So you know they're going to be aggressive on rehab. Count, 2-seam down and away, broken bat, fly out center.
You got him, but he's a friend of the pod, so
but he's
you
a
got
friend
him.
Of the pod, so
you got him, but you didn't feel great about it.
I felt bad, but I also knew he didn't need a hit off me to go back to the show. He didn't need my help. Zach did, and that was selfish of me. I should have let him hit a grand slam. I'm sorry.
No, I told him I got him out of the inning, bases loaded. Come on, good friend over here.
Were you pissed?
Yeah, I was pissed because I had a good one to hit before.
Yeah, I gave you 2 fastballs. Well, the first fastball was kind of upper half, but the second one was a very hittable pitch.
And I was more mad that like all year I've been chasing sliders, and I felt like I was turned a corner that weekend, and I do that, and I'm like, well, you're the same guy.
Well, I mean, our report on you is literally just throw you nothing but sliders.
Yeah, how'd that fucking work?
It worked well till the last 2 days. Till the last 2 days it worked.
Did you get some guys?
Fucking
he hit 2 doubles Sunday.
Back-to-back 3-hit games. Come on.
You're nasty, huh?
Yeah, then right back down to earth tonight.
Zach also, and this
Baseball's
is not
hard.
this is mean. It's not a chirp. It's not a chirp. But Zach also made 2 errors in the series, which I don't think since Lowe have I seen him make 2 errors that quickly, like in games. And like he had one, Ian, just went under the glove, and I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen that in my life.
Bad feet.
Are you
Sleeping
killing this guy?
Sleeping a
Bro,
little.
hey, I'm not talking about your fucking walks, your hit by pitches, and the homers you give up, okay?
This is supposed to be
in one
this
inning.
This is supposed to be a fluff. We're supposed to fluff each other. We're supposed to make each other feel good.
It wasn't a chirp. I literally texted him. I said, I've never seen you do that in my entire life. And he said it was bad.
You don't hear me saying, hey, I've never seen you throw 88 before.
Because you have.
Never seen you throw 88.
You've seen me throw 86.
Dakota said one thing, and Zach said, here's the fucking flamethrower. Let's go.
Fucking A.
These guys, you're supposed to be friends.
Hey, he can chirp me about pitching because I still struck him out. So
That's
however
fine.
bad he says I am, that means he's worse because he got
Fine. Yeah, I am worse.
Goodness. Come on. Positivity, guys.
You're both.
No,
great.
that's what I'm saying. I just thought it was weird because I've never seen him miss one, like completely whiff.
Bad feet, man. Came up too early.
He also almost got tossed. A couple.
Did not
times.
almost get tossed. Wasn't even close.
You don't know. Ian, we had a crazy game on Sunday. You need to hear this. We had 4 total ejections in the game. First one from the Toledo Mudhens. Toss for arguing balls and strikes. Real quick. Said some bad words, And then
Was that a manager or player? Player, manager?
Hitter.
Player.
Position player. And then our starting pitcher gets thrown out after 3 innings, arguing balls and strikes. So then Peavy goes out there, gets thrown out for arguing balls and strikes. But the crazy one was in the 9th inning of like a 14-6 game. Eric Castillo, first pitch, thought it was a ball. They called it a strike. Next pitch, single up the middle. He gets to first base. He says something to the first base ump, and he gets thrown out by the first base ump for arguing balls and strikes.
Eric Castillo's such a nice guy.
Am I allowed to say what he said?
Yes, I want to know. He like said, but I'm like, you don't always tell what you exactly said.
He goes, "Hey, your boy back there, he fucking sucks."
Yes.
And the first base ump said, "That's my boy."
And then he was like, "You can't say that." But the ejections, like, I had no idea. Again, we were up by a lot that last inning, and I thought like he was cramping earlier in the game.
Yeah.
So like we see him like leave first base. I'm like, oh, it's dope. He gets a knock, gets taken out. They're down by 9. Like, get him off his feet. And I see people kind of scrambling, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I see the home plate or one of the umps like writing it down that he got ejected. And I was like, did he just get thrown out? And everybody's like, yeah, I think so. And I was like, no way. Because the first pitch, you could see him kind of look back and like kind of do it again and say something. And I was like, if he got thrown out for that, that is fucking incredible.
Well, and he was, he's the catcher. So he's been back there all
Right.
game. Like he sees some of the calls, and like when he gets one against him like that, he was pissed. But then he hits a single and continues to argue with the first base ump. And our dugout went ballistic when he got thrown out. It was getting crazy. That was a pretty crazy game.
What was the final series of the Mud Hens versus the
5-1 Toledo?
You
5-1,
guys-
I think it was.
It's full week 6-game series.
Yeah.
Great.
That's a grinder, huh?
Not
Zach,
bad.
did you face Killian?
Yeah, I walked and then struck out on like a 35%. Bullshit. I got screwed all week.
35% strike call.
Yeah.
Do you
I
guys
thought
have
Zach was
do you guys
gonna
have a
get
system that gives you like percentages like that?
No, I had Dakota tell me.
Nah. That's right.
Our video guide tells us, but like we have the thing called Hawkeye and it takes forever.
Yeah,
They switched from TrackMan.
tough. Dakota, I don't know if all of our listeners remember, but a couple weeks ago, maybe call it 3-4, Dakota said he was going to start writing down things that happen in baseball.
I don't recall.
He's definitely been doing it every week. And so this one thing that he has definitely ready for us is brought to you by Roman. It's brought to you by Roman because getroman.com/compound gives you $10 off your first order. I got a package from Roman. This is not the ad read, but I'm going to tell the story. I got a package from Roman. Okay, they sent a lot of things. They sent some of their products. I said, maybe not the best thing for me in the drug test world to take, maybe some things in there like the tea booster. If you need to boost your tea, probably shouldn't take that. But, wanted to see if not any of the players, we're not going to give that to any of the players, but maybe some other people around might want that. But I got to see the product. I got to see it. Love it. Didn't take it. Love it. And big fan of Roman. Roman swipes, clinically proven to help you last longer in bed. That's Tom's thing.
Excuse me? Hold on. Let's
no
not start saying-
prescription. No prescription needed.
It's okay, Tom. Happens to millions of guys.
Millions.
No prescription. I mean, no prescription needed. The treatments are safe, effective, and they are. I mean, I know you guys are saying that as a joke, but they are used by millions of men. It's free. It's free 2 days.
We are not saying it as a joke. You're saying it as a joke. We're not saying it as a joke.
All right. Well, either way, it actually is used by millions of men, and this is a valuable product for, I'm sure, many of our listeners. So getroman.com/compound today. If you approved, you get $10 off your first order. That's getroman.com/compound. Again, this is like a real thing that matters to a lot of men, and take care of your actual health. It's important.
I have a question, Tom. Did these two guys get Roman packages?
I did.
I did.
Would-
The same
would
thing
you-
you did.
What'd you guys do with your own packages? Do you see if any staff members or people that don't get drug tested wanted to use your Get Roman?
I did
products?
not, but that's a good idea.
I did.
It's the nice thing to do. Tom, do you guys get Roman products at the office?
I'm sure I could find some around here. It is like one. We haven't said this. It's like 1:15 in the morning in the East here where we're recording. So nobody else is here. So I don't know where they are off the top of my head.
GetRoman.com/compound.
$10 off your first order.